Hello and welcome to the I Do Wedding Marketing Podcast. I'm your host, Nina Adio, a social media marketing expert specific to the wedding industry. On this show, I discuss tips to help you DIY your social media, as well as getting the confidence and income to outsource it. Thank you for allowing this episode to come through on your Bluetooth, your car radio, wherever it may be you're listening from today. Now, let's take your wedding business to the next level. Welcome back, everybody, and happy Wednesday. It is the beginning of March when I am recording this, and we're still dealing with winter weather, and I am just so ready for spring. How have you guys been doing for the winter wedding season? Have you had more winter weddings than you have in the past? Maybe more than you expected? I am curious to hear how the winter has been going for you guys. I know with my clients and venues, it has been a lot of focus on not only outreach for engaged couples, but trying to promote winter weddings. So next year's winter can be booked. But today's topic that I wanted to talk about are 5 things that you can do to make Instagram easier for you and your business. So that means things that just make it easier to post on Instagram, or things that makes your Instagram and your Facebook, your social media, work for you. Since Instagram and Facebook are both owned by Meta, I still have to, like, every time I say Meta, I always, like, in my emails do parentheses Facebook. It still doesn't feel natural to me. Or I worry that my clients don't know what I'm talking about. But I think everyone knows Facebook is Meta. But since they are both a Meta brand, all of these tips really apply to both, and you'll be able to use them in other places as well. So let's do it. 5 things that you can do today that's going to make social media, Instagram, Facebook easier for you and your wedding business. And the first thing is to automate your message responses. This is especially true if you are not on your Instagram or Facebook all the time. If you have a different point of contact than who is checking the Facebook messages, or if you get a high volume of inquiries. You can set up an automated message for Instagram and for Facebook when you go into your settings. Now, when I have done this, I have done it through the Facebook Meta business settings, and that's where I go in on the page to do that. And your message response will want to either say, you'll want to set the expectation of either how long it will be for you to respond so they know that they've been acknowledged right away, or you want to direct them to where they should contact you. So, for some of my venues, for example, this is particularly important because they have a sales team, maybe there are commissions involved. There's a whole process of who is getting these inquiries, and they like them to go through a certain funnel. So what will happen is I will direct someone through that automated message to inquire through their website. If it is an inquiry, when I do see it, I will confirm and make sure, and I will go in and answer when I get it, saying, if you have not heard back, please give me your email and phone number and I can submit it. But they've received a response right away through that automated message. So they are pleased by that. They haven't been ignored, and they either filled out the contact form on the website, or they didn't mind waiting for my response to get their information to then send to the sales team because they had been acknowledged already. So you can use that automated message for whatever you need to be telling those inquiries. And let me know if offering free templates of an automated message response would be helpful to you guys, and what type you would need of a template. I was thinking one template that directs people to the website, and one template that just informs whoever has inquired that you will be getting back to them, as soon as possible. So let me know if that is something that would be helpful to you, because this episode really is all about making social media easier for you and your business. And the next suggestion I have for that, all right, I want you to, if you don't have it already, you want to either find this post or create a post with your most important information that you want couples to know, and I want you to pin that post. And you can pin posts on Facebook too. It has existed a lot longer on Facebook, this feature. And so maybe the most important thing you want people to know right now is that you're hosting or going to be attending a showcase. Maybe the most important thing you want people to know right now is that your 360-degree photo booth has just come out. Maybe it's that you've been featured, on Style Me Pretty. Or maybe it's a really gorgeous wedding you just did. And maybe it's how to book you and how to contact you. You decide what your most important message is right now and pin that post. I think there are a lot of different ways we can use pin posts, but right now, to not complicate it, and maybe we'll do an episode on this at another time, but to not complicate it, I would just say your pin post should be the most important thing you want people to know. So for some of my clients, we have pinned their winter wedding promotion. We have pinned videos. For me, I pin my Instagram audit because that is my lowest tier offer. So I want everyone who is new to working with me know that they can get that Instagram audit, and that's how we can start working together. So think about what you want and pin it. And how does this make your life easier or your business easier on Instagram and Facebook? Because it's telling people what you want them to know. And this way, no matter what happens with your feed, or if you get to post, or if you post a lot but you forgot to post about that again, it's there. It's there, it's at the top, and it's being seen. And now you don't have to cater to that as much. The next one is, oh, I haven't spoken about it on the podcast yet, and I'm really excited because I love it. And let me know, message me on Instagram or on Facebook, wherever you're most comfortable. And let me know if you've been hearing about this. It is Chat GPT, and it is an AI service, a robot, so to speak, that can create text, words. I mean, they say it's past the bar. It can create. I use it for caption creation. You can use it for blogs, and I use it to help me with content, and it's been fantastic. And I say that as someone who is a content creator, a content writer, a writer in general, and I'm still all for this and love it. You can go to chat.openai.com. I'll put this in the show notes. Let me make a note to myself to do that. And what happens is you put in a prompt. You want to be specific with the prompt. So you will say, write a caption for I Do Wedding Marketing on why wedding pros should purchase an Instagram audit. You know what? Let's just see what they put. Okay. Write a caption for I Do Wedding Marketing on why wedding pros should purchase an Instagram audit. Now, this may be a more broad prompt. Also, are they going to understand what Instagram audit means? I didn't say what tone I want them to use. I didn't explain what I Do Wedding Marketing is. So it will be really interesting to see what they come up with. But now they're coming up with the response. It says, enhance your Instagram game and unlock the full potential of your wedding business with our Instagram audit. Gain valuable insights and actionable strategies to attract more clients, increase engagement, and elevate your brand's online presents. Okay. That website just came up with that caption for me based on the prompt I gave it. Now, let's say how would I use this and modify it? Because very often, if I'm doing this for a client, I will make it so that it is a bit more specific. So I'm going to make up a venue name and I'm going to say, write an Instagram caption for Malvone Manor on why winter weddings are the best. Let's see. Okay, it says snowflakes falling, the warmth of love spreading, and the enchanting beauty of Malvone Manor. There's nothing quite like a winter wedding. Let us help you create a magical and unforgettable celebration of your love that will warm your hearts for years to come. All right, so what I would add into this, there when it says there's nothing quite like a winter wedding, I would say in the location. That's when I would start to use those search terms, like a winter wedding in New Jersey, on Long Island, in Tampa, things like that. And so I would modify these. I don't necessarily just copy and paste them, especially if you're doing it for a blog, because yes, you can use this for blogs, but I would add in your SEO and your terms and try to personalize it a bit. But if there is one thing to do after listening to this episode, guys, it is that. It is so fun and it can really help with my writer's block for captioning, because sometimes I won't even use what they give, but it will just spark my brain to think of something else. So if you are looking to brush up your captions, your website content, maybe things within your automated emails or template responses, go through here. My friend and I even used it when she needed an employee agreement. So it's out of control. But what is the next thing to make your Instagram, Facebook, social media life easier for you? It is to invest in a wedding specific stock photo site. I joined quite a few of these. I love these because I'm in a really fortunate position where now I am able to look into these and assess and review which ones look good. And what I really like about having a variety of them is that different ones look better for different clients, and I'm not using the same ones across clients. And you guys, if you've listened to the podcast before, you know that I always recommend using free stock photo sites like Unsplash, and I always recommend sorting by the most recent photos, so you're getting some of those wedding photos before they're already saturated. But that's what happens, and it makes it cost effective, but it may not make getting photos easier, because you're searching, you're picking stuff that other people haven't already been using. You start to see the same photos over and over again. And that's why I recommend using a wedding specific stock photo site. So the one that I'm going to recommend to you guys is Your Real Wedding Photos Club by Carissa Cruzy Weddings. She's been on the podcast before, so I know you guys all know her and love her. And she was kind enough to give me an affiliate link to support the podcast. So I will keep that in the show notes. It's also on my website under podcast sponsors. And I am a member of this. And every month I get 100 real wedding photos. And these really are real wedding photos. So they are for somebody who I would say is looking for, my officiants love this. For the venues, it can be trickier because some of them you need the up close ones to show that you're not at the venue. But let's say my wedding planners, officiants, even photo booth companies, transportation companies, salons, stylists, this has worked really great when I'm creating content for them. And it's for the entire year, it's $347, which is to me, for the amount of photos you're getting, which is over 1,000 photos in a year from all wedding related, is is a great price. And I'm not even trying to sell you on this specific service, but having stock photos that are specific to weddings outside of just the free sites like Unsplash and Pexel. If you have made a commitment that you're going to do your social media yourself and that you're going to post at a consistent rate and you don't have the photos to back up that rate, then I think having something like this in your back pocket is really going to help you. Because I won't use these for every photo. I'll kind of create a pattern. So, let's say the Monday post is a stock photo, the Wednesday post is a real photo. The Friday post is a reel, and the Sunday post is a personal photo, and this takes up one of those slots for every week. And it really allows me to fill up a feed with wedding specific photos. So I really love looking into wedding stock photos. The other one I use is Sourced Co. And there's one I recently signed up for, and I have to pull it up because that's how new this one is. It is styledstock.co.uk. So it is a UK based business, but I've been loving downloading all the images from there. I just joined it earlier this week. So it's been exciting having more stock photos to have. And another one that I use is that is not wedding specific, but it's office and flat lay and business specific, is called Her Creative Studio. So, Your Real Weddings Photo Club, Sourced Co., Her Creative Studio, and then the new one. Did I lose it already? What? Uh, styledstock.com. .uk. They're all going to be linked in the show notes for you guys. That's fun, and I took notes this time too, but I just have fun talking to you guys and get on my little tangents. And well, let me get to the last thing. And first you're gonna be like, how does this make my life easier? This is something else I have to do. But let me give the full explanation. And it is to put a poll into your Instagram stories. I don't think Facebook yet allows you to vote on polls. We'll have to check on that. If they do, then definitely do it on Facebook too. But and this can be it's almost like the more organic this poll is, the better. It can be as simple as which mug should I use? Or you could grab two wedding photos, say which dress. You could go to old school 90210 and say, are you a Brenda or a Kelly? Whatever it is. And by the way, I loved Brenda, right? I related to Brenda, but my dream man was Brandon. I actually I'm going to an event uh, that has all 90s celebrities. And that's like the theme of it. And last time I've already met Jason Priestley at one of these events. And this time I think I'm going to do Mark Paul Gosselaar. So I am pretty excited for that. So put a poll. And here's why I want you to do it and why it's going to make things easier for you and your business. The people who interact with your poll are then going to start to see you come up more prominently in their feed. So you notice with your Instagram stories, or maybe you don't, and I'm making you aware of it now. When you see the story highlights coming up on top of your feed, the ones that come up first are people you check a lot, people you talk to, people who are in your direct messages, people whose stories you watch. The people who come up in your feed then are in turn the same, those people you're interacting with. So we want you to put up a poll to get people to vote, because or to get them to engage your stories. You want them to pull people to engage with you so that you are coming up more prominently on their feed. And then it makes the chase that much easier for you. That's less you have to do through your engagement and things like that. You could engage for 10 minutes, or you could just put up a quick poll in 10 seconds. So that's how the poll is going to be making your life easier.